Well, I'm back out here. It's a new day, and as you saw, I'm going to scrap the first piece I made. I bead rolled everything too deep, and it caused too much warping in the panel, and the sheet metal was really too thin anyways. So I went to the store this morning, and I got some 18 gauge sheet metal. That was 20 gauge. And I got all of the designs scribed out in this panel, and so we're gonna start bead rolling this one up, doing our best to get all the bead rolls nice and straight, get all the radiuses nice, and keep the panel from scratching as much as the old one did. I have some rags taped onto my extra stand there that I'll have to keep an eye on, and I'm doing a little different design element on here. It's kind of hard to see. These is just the 3 X's, and there's just right in this area especially, there's a lot going on that is shrinking all that panel up. I went with a little different design to try to help that. And then this panel being thicker, it's gonna have less distortion in the bead rolling. And then also, I'm not gonna bead roll the features nearly as deep. I want to do about half of what this is bead rolled. And so those two things combined should make this panel stay quite a bit flatter and be easier to use. So this is the bottom. I'm gonna bead roll everything I can like I did yesterday from the bottom, and then I'll flip it over and finish it, and hopefully we have a pretty nice flat panel, and then I can trim it to fit, and we'll keep rocking from there. All right.
Alrighty then.
I have the panel off of the bead roller, and I have it trimmed to fit. I'll have to actually install it in the trunk and make any little final adjustments, but I have it trimmed to fit the template. And here it is. Turned out really nice, I think. I'm actually really happy with it. And with the thicker material and the fact that I didn't roll the elements as deep, it's turned out pretty flat, much flatter than the other panel. So once I connect the box sections up underneath it, get those clecoed in place, and then eventually welded, it will be real nice and sturdy. I went with a different design on this one than the old one that has the 3 X's in it. I just kept everything at the 2 inches off of it, and so this follows the arc of the riser panel, and then this follows the edge here, and then I just brought it out to this intersection to kind of create a bead rolled element here that will add some strength to the floor, and then I just added this T in. So pretty happy with how it all turned out. everything was dictated by me wanting to add the bead roll here to match up with the box section that is also the fuel tank mount. So I didn't have any choice but to make these bead rolled elements like they are. I couldn't bring this all the way across because it would have run into that box section, and I would have had to trim that box section around the bead roll, and so didn't want to do that. So this is what I came up with, and it's real nice and flat. All the bead rolling turned out really nicely, I think. Hopefully I don't have to take this out and in too many times to make too many adjustments, just because the way it is to fit it in the trunk, I actually am going to have to take all of the framing out and put the panel in from the bottom and bring it up. And even with the frame rails, I'm not sure if that's going to happen. I might have to kind of come up, and we'll see, and then get it up and figure out a way just to suspend it up above, maybe with a jack and a piece of wood from below, then cleco all of the framing back in, and then lower it down and make any marks to see what I need to fit. As you can see, the frame rails are inboard of this, and then obviously the widest point is here in the corners, and so that's too wide to go in just down and in through the trunk.
It. Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn!